competitive aspect and why you decided that you don't have to be competitive. Or you feel like you still got to be competitive, but in a different way. Or what are you competing against yourself? And how does that word now competitive sit with Demi Daye?
Yeah, I am a lover of competition, but yeah, I definitely situate myself in terms of my music and my art. It's a competition with myself, not anyone else, in regards to that. So yeah, I do think one of the things I'm competing with, right? We talked about internalized depression and all of that earlier. But like there's a certain and this might be a hint at like kind of what you said about how you don't see, as many confident female artists, but like there's a certain entitlement that I think Black male MCs have when it comes to them stepping up to the mic. There's a certain like, yeah, like this is my lane, I can do this, whatever. And like for me, it's just like reminding myself that I can be that bold as that dude right there, who can't rap as good as me or whatever, who hasn't put in as much time and effort, who hasn't strategized as much as me or whatever, but he's just sure when he shows up to this competition or whatever, when he grabs the microphone, that he got it, you know what I mean? And he can walk in there and he's going to get a record deal and this and that, you know what I mean? And like, for me, my competition with myself is to also be that bold. But at the same time, because of the societal constructs, it's not as common for people to hype up a female artist. In fact, it's just like, oh, for real, you rapping? Oh, okay. And then if you're good, it's like, oh, she's good for a girl, sort of thing. And so for me, it's just like this idea of I should be entitled to that just like everybody else, just like all the other men who are taking it up. And so for me, it's like I want to walk in the room with the same type of confidence. And really, at the end of the day, I really just want to walk in the room with the same type of confidence as a straight white man. A straight cishet white man is what we would call it in the LGBTQ community. But like that type of confidence, like this is for me. This is meant for me. It's mine. I'm going to take it, and I'm going to fulfill what I want to do in life. And certain people have certain levels of privileges where they don't think twice about whether something is for them. But when you're situated with the identities that I have and the intersectionality of that, it's a lot of work to get there.
I remember years ago when the Star Wars prequel movies came out, and everybody was going crazy when they saw Yoda with the lightsaber. Because Yoda is like this diminutive character, small in stature, but powerful in the Force. And you knew he was the boss because all of the other Jedi in the movie called him the boss. And then it was in one of those movies where he actually pulled out a lightsaber and showed you what he could do. And at that point, you could never look at him as a diminutive character again. I have seen Demi walk into a venue and people looking like, okay, what is she about to do? And afterwards, it's like this transformation, like, oh, and I kind of cut her eye and I go, you've made a room full of believers again. And they never forget her.